Yo, 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 what it do, friends and fam? Today is Tech Tuesday. I am super hyped to hop into the charts with you guys and give you guys the sauce on the most basic and fundamental charting analysis. This one's for the beginners. This is for if you guys never have charted before. We're gonna really dive in and just look at some key points in the market. So without further ado, let's hit the charts. So just coming in here, we're looking at we're obviously looking at a 4-hour time frame. And you can see I already have some stuff drawn in here. So the first thing that I'm going to be going over are ceilings and floors, support and resistance points in the markets. This is where you guys are going to see a lot of price action moving on a line and then moving right up to another zone, and then a lot of price action in that zone and then moving right back down to another zone and then moving there and then shooting up 2 zones up. Just looking at the chart again, we can really now see what I'm talking about. We could see that right here there's a huge support in the market, because once we broke this, I don't even want to talk about before 2021 right now, although looking at 2017 is probably a great example because we could look at exactly how it already played out. But we're going to look at exactly how it played out on a little bit of a bigger scale. So you can see that there's a huge support zone right here where the market has touched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost 10 times. A lot of them are just above it, but it's basically going to be an entire zone, and we'll make that green. And so you can see that the market is always, it's going to retest the zone. You can see we retested it a bunch of times in this trend line over here. We'll get into that later. But then looking at where we're going to go, because what we really want to know is we really want to know exactly how Bitcoin is going to hit the all-time highs that it's about to hit, that we're going into right now. So we need to look at these specific lines that the market has already talked about. So not even looking at what's happening, we could see that right here it came up and touched. Right here it came up and touched, and then it broke through all the way here. And then you could see it came all the way back down. The market accumulated a little bit, came back down, came back up, touched this line, came back down, touched this line a bunch more. So we're gonna mark that up as a zone, as basically a zone of support or a zone of resistance. You can see that right here, it's actually really a zone of resistance, more or less, for a lot of these areas. And when we break through it, we shoot right through it to this next zone right here, where this is more of a floor. So you can kind of see how this area between 40 and 60, really the market kind of shoots right through it. Like and notice this for when we're looking at it later. But then we can come up here, we know that there's this floor here, and then you can obviously see this ceiling more or less. It comes up, tries to test it, comes back down, retest it, and then flushes right back down, out. So this is our last kind of resistance level that we're going to be looking at. So now just looking at it again, looking at where we are in the present time and how these ceilings and floors are really going to play out, you can see that we bounced off of this floor one last time and really just came and ripped through this zone, okay? And we ripped right over this resistance line, came right back down, and then shot right over it and touched it. So I'm just looking at this now from how I'm fundamentally looking at it, I'm potentially going to look at a move that comes down, and then a move that moves back up, okay, off of this floor zone. I'm just assuming that that's going to happen because this market is known for a market area of flushing out, okay? There's not going to be much accumulation in this area because we never really had much before. So the market should just flush probably right back down, accumulate a little bit around the $40,000 and $42,000 zone. And I'm not a crypto genius, okay? This is literally just my opinion. This isn't financial advice. I don't want you to sell your apartment and buy Bitcoin. You should sell your apartment and buy Bitcoin right now. But I don't want you to do that because of me. I want you to do that because you did the research and that you took this information and padded a lot of other information on top of it and really ran with it. So just looking, it's really just going to probably bounce out of this zone and then hopefully just rip up past here because there's, again, not much movement that goes along here, okay? We might get stuck down here. We could shoot up again. I don't really know. But I'm just saying that it could possibly play back down into this 40-42 zone, and then we could see levels that move up into this area. And you can see this area, there's kind of a lot more resistance points, okay? There's kind of a resistance point here, there's a resistance point here, just breaking it down on a smaller scale. So we really could come up to this 51 area once we come down here, break up to this 51, come back down to 47. The market is always going to be playing up and down, okay? And from what I've learned from the trading community that I trade with is that Bitcoin is always going to wash out the majority of the traders, okay? People are looking at the chart right here and they see it going up, then they see it coming back down and they're like, oh my God, a retest. And they enter the market right here at 41, okay? And the market comes back up and they have their stop losses move to break even. So their stop loss is sitting right above this line. So it's gonna come back down. It might even wick below it to wash out the majority of the people in the market, and then it's gonna ride back up. And this is just looking at a bigger time frame. We could even look at the hour-long time frame and really see how like it plays out on a smaller time frame as well. Kind of like it goes up and then it comes back down to wash out this area, and then it goes up, comes back down again and shoots, and then accumulates and shoots. And so there's really just like in these bullish markets, there just isn't going to be like the perfect entry point, okay, to enter into your trades and stuff like that. So that's why you really just have to be shifty and moving around with it. But I definitely want to keep this video on the shorter side. So just going into trend line analysis, we all know that the ceiling and resistance and the floors and stuff like that, we know how all of these play a role in cryptocurrencies and how they move. So just looking at it on a bigger scale again, we can also see how these trend lines play out, where we kind of can see inside of these zones where the market is moving. And you can see it's kind of making a higher high, then a lower high, then another lower high, and another lower high. But here it's not like, of course, 1, 2, 3 lower lows, and then it's of course making a lower high, and then or a higher low, I mean, and then another higher low, and then of course we go down here, but we're forming this wedge down. So that means that once we get to this certain point in the market is either going to break up really fast or break down really fast. And so we can really just look at trend lines on any, like, on a much, like, the market is always making trend lines. That's what I'm trying to get at right now. And so we could see, just zooming out a little bit here. We could see that there's kind of a trend moving up into this zone right now. So just even, we could even see something play out right here. And we could get it closer. I don't know. It doesn't need to be perfect. But like play something come out where it comes down and it touches this, maybe even just this 42 zone to stay in this trend line, and then it shoots right back up again because it's a higher low and then another higher low right here. So these are just some entry points in the market that you can look at, and you can see that the market is going to test this area. And normally you can see right here it's coming down 1, 2, on the 3rd or 4th, if it doesn't break down, okay, if it's making a trend down, you're looking at it down. If it doesn't break on the 3rd or 4th, it's gonna go up. And then it's vice versa. If you're looking at it, if you move it over to here and you're looking at it this way, okay, it's 1, then 2, then 3, and then hopefully this 4th move here could shoot us through. Or it could be we play it and then we come up to this 4th trend line here and we hit 51 and we hit the trend line one more time and it's coming back down. So there's so many things to look at, and I cannot cram everything into a 10-minute video, but I'm definitely going to be doing this every Tuesday, guys. So make sure to like up, smash that subscribe button, and come back next Tuesday. Check out Marketing Wednesday tomorrow, Motivation Monday yesterday, and let's get to work, guys. I'm showing you guys how to make money in all aspects, empowering you to make better decisions and to be open-minded. All right, peace.